El Centro.
I'm Taylor Bishotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. After not playing at all in 2022 while recovering from knee surgery, Odell Beckham Jr. is literally taking the next steps towards an NFL return. The free agent receiver is working out today for interested teams in Arizona. OBJ hasn't played since tearing his ACL 13 months ago. Za'Darius Smith wants to be one and done in Minnesota. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports the Pro Bowl pass rusher has requested his release from the Vikings, but the team has no plans to honor that request. Ian also reports longtime Buccaneers linebacker Levante David will test free agency when the league year begins next week, but a return to Tampa is not being ruled out. Elsewhere, the Jets are making a trade. No, not for a certain quarterback. Instead, New York agreed to send a 2024 seventh-round pick to the Ravens for starting safety Chuck Clark. The Jets also announced they'll be releasing receiver and former All-Pro returner Braxton Berrios. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Central, live and local just for you, relevant to the Imperial Valley. It is a Friday, the 10th day of March, 2023. I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It's Daryl and his other brother, Daryl.
And his other brother, Daryl.
Yes. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. It's a beautiful morning.
We made it to Friday.
Yes, we did. We're not through it yet, though.
No. We got a long way to go with this. And last night at the California MidWinter Fair and Fiesta, the entire Blue Angels crew was there. All of the, the support people and the pilots, pretty much everybody.
Walking around the grounds?
They were, at the Palm Oasis stage.
Okay, yeah.
And it was kind of neat. And it got, not really personal, but Commander Sartorius, who is the operations officer at NAFL Centro, when I introduced him, I saw that he was from Gothenburg, Nebraska. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, my wife, Pam, was born in Cozad, Nebraska. And I asked her, I said, do you know where Gothenburg is? And she said, yeah, that's the big city about 10 miles from Cozad. Well, as it turns out, according to Commander Sartorius, that big city, Gothenburg, is about 4,000 people.
That's a pretty good-sized city there.
Yeah, in the middle of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the pilot of the C-130, the Marine captain, is he graduated from the same high school in Omaha that my granddaughter did.
Well, it's a small world that we live in.
Yes, and they really lit up when I said, okay, I'm going to treat you to Runza burgers. And you should have seen them light up. Runza in Nebraska, Kansas, is somewhat like In-N-Out. It is a cult classic.
I'll be darned.
Runza, R-U-N-Z-A.
You'd have to be there to completely appreciate it.
I suppose. Anyway, we've got some birthdays if you're ready.
We certainly do have birthdays this morning.
Actor Chuck Norris is 83, and he can still kick your butt. Singer Dean Torrance of Jan and Dean is 83, our buddy Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actor Catherine Houghton is 81. Actor Richard Grant, 79. Tom Schultz of Boston, the group Boston, 76. Actor Aloma Wright, 73. Actor Shannon Tweed, 66. Actor Sharon Stone, 65. Magician Lance Burton, 63. Actor Jasmine Guy, 61. Bass player Jeff Ament of Pearl Jam, 60. Actor Stephen Mailer, 57. Actor Philip Anthony Rodriguez, 55. Actor Paget Brewster, 54. Actor John Hamm, 52. Actor Christian De La Fuente, 49. Actor Jeff Branson is 45. Actor Bree Turner is 46. Actor Edie Gathegi is 44. Actor Thomas Middleditch is 41. Carrie Underwood is 40. Actor Olivia Wilde, 39. And actor Emily Osment is 31. Local birthdays coming up. It's March Madness on AM 1230. 3
seconds, no timeout.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
For the win!
We've got the action all the way through the Final Four and the championship game. March Madness on KXO AM 1230, brought to you by
H&R Block with locations throughout the valley. Southwest Postal, 24-hour-a-day postal boxes. Kennedy's Taco and Kennedy's Carne.
We have happy birthday wishes going out to Jonathan Dallas De Luca, Benjamin Solario, Adriana Renee Duran, Brian Huddleston, Daniel Leon, Helen Rader, Jim Marshall, Luz Alvarado, Martin Ryan, Mino Bracamonte, Mia Isabella Rivera, Michelle Pisano, Powell Nicholson, Raymond Rojas Jr., Rafael Madrigal, Alan Carrillo, and Adrian Castellanos. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, I've got some information here, Gene, and tell me, after you hear it, what could possibly go wrong? Okay. World Wrestling Entertainment is reportedly in talks with state regulators to legalize betting on scripted wrestling matches. CNBC says wrestlers wouldn't know the outcome of each match until hours beforehand. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, after all, it's kind of like the Don King promoted boxing matches back in the 80s, maybe?
Throwing the fight or something. I think that was
okay, it's scripted, it's fixed, and you can bet on it. Yeah. I see nothing here that could possibly go wrong, especially when you're dealing with WWE, right?
Yeah. Well, we can't pick too hard on them. Gloria and I produced a wrestling show a good number of years ago now, but they were actually some pretty nice people.
They are nice people, and they are very gifted athletes.
They hurt themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
They go, ow, that's for sure.
And that's real blood.
Yeah.
They
had a lady. We had a lady in that show, and I tell you what, I wouldn't want to argue with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, looking ahead, daylight savings starts on Sunday. So I hope you remember to set your clocks forward an hour. Unless, of course, you're in Texas, and then you set them back 50 years.
Spring forward.
Yep. It'll take me 6 months to get used to that one. Usually does.
Who knows? Are we now going to finally get the permanent change?
I've
heard so many stories.
They keep talking about it. I'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah, that's probably just about as safe a bet.
Okay, I will believe in the local news, and we've got that coming up. But before we go there, it's a look at World and California news headlines brought to you by your friends in the air conditioning business, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News Brief. The job market's still going strong, at least in industries like leisure and hospitality and healthcare. Labor Department says employers added 311,000 positions last month. Chuck Lieberman at Advisors Capital Management.
The unemployment rate did tick up slightly to 3.6%. but that's partly due to the rise in the labor force participation rate.
More than 30 California counties are bracing for massive flooding, some new snow. Correspondent Carter Evans says a new storm system's already moving in the north.
Now, this storm could bring up to 5 inches of rain here in Placerville when I am. Across the state, several rivers are expected to reach or exceed flood stage.
Police in Hamburg, Germany say a gunman killed 6 people at his former Jehovah's Witness hall, including an unborn baby. CBS's Holly Williams.
The police now say the shooter acted alone and was one of those found dead.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news, a warmer atmospheric river taking aim at the state with forecasters saying we should brace for potential flooding.
There's going to be a lot of water coming down as rain, and also the melt that is expected to melt at least the snow into 2,000 to 4,000 feet area.
Bill Rash with the National Weather Service. A flood watch in effect through Sunday morning for elevations below 4,000 feet, with snow returning to Northern California's higher elevations at around 8,500 feet. Another wet system set to roll in early next week. Possible hate crime under investigation in Long Beach, where 3 buildings with pride flags on display were vandalized. 2 businesses and the Long Beach LGBTQ Center had their windows smashed.
It was definitely jarring once we put all the pieces together and realized that it was more of a message than a break-in.
2 years ago, just a few miles away, someone burned down a rainbow-painted lifeguard tower. California marking another milestone of recovering from the driest 3 years ever. Some counties along the Central Coast, like Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo, no longer in a drought. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, I'd say call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations to serve you. At El Centro Motors in the Broly Auto Center at Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Gene, the California Midwinter Fair and Fiesta continues today. Gates open at 5 p.m. And among the items on the agenda, the livestock showmanship and market, and, vendors and entertainment strolling throughout the fairgrounds, all sorts of neat things. But there's something else going on tomorrow, right, Gene?
Yes. Just a small program of sorts. Yeah. The 52nd annual NAF El Centro Air Show. That might be what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Well, that is tomorrow, a Saturday. It's not only, as you said, the 52nd annual air show at NAF, but it also is the 50th anniversary of women flying in the Navy. And, of course, it's a time for the air show as well. Well, the city of El Centro will close a portion of Euclid Avenue today. Euclid will be closed between 4th and 5th Streets to both east and westbound traffic. from 6A till 5P. The closure necessary for maintenance work on the Union Pacific Railroad crossing. Alternate routes will be needed. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
And just a reminder, too, of the air show. That's this Saturday, 8:30 a.m. The gates open at NAFL Centro. General admission and all parking is free. In addition to the Blue Angels, other flying acts, there will be a classic car show, a naturalization ceremony for several uniformed members, a mariachi band, the U.S. Navy rock band, the Destroyers, and a lot more. Well, updated numbers are provided by the County Public Works. George Gale has the story.
It was released yesterday morning. Updated numbers are provided by the County Public Health Department. The new numbers indicate another fluctuation. The number of active cases of the virus in Imperial County are now at 209. 40 less than what was reported on Tuesday. The state COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicate new cases per day per 100,000 population at 7.80, with a positivity rate of 8.7%. Deaths attributed to the virus in Imperial County are now at 975, up from the 972 previously reported. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at more local news.
Well, page one of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
It's tax season, and Barone Enterprises Services is here to help you get things done right. They'll make sure your income taxes are done properly with top quality, courteous, professional service. And employers, did you know there's some tax rebates you might not have heard about that'll save you money? Barone's has decades of experience with setting up corporations or partnerships and assisting businesses with QuickBooks and bookkeeping solutions. To set up an appointment, call Barone Enterprises Services or stop by their office at 404 East 2nd Street in Calexico. Barone Enterprises Services.
Page 2 of the local news, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. You'll find their dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Continuing with more local news this morning, a late night inspection results in arrest. Here's more in that story.
It happened recently at the Border Patrol checkpoint near San Clemente. A vehicle pulled up to the checkpoint in the early morning hours. Border Patrol agent became suspicious after noticing the occupants of the vehicle were the male driver and an infant child. The vehicle was sent to the secondary inspection area. During questioning, the driver said he had picked up the infant at Otay Mesa. Driver said he did not know the child's name, nor did he know where he was taking the child. Child Protective Services were contacted and took custody of the infant. The driver was turned over to Homeland Security Investigations for further investigation. Border Patrol says to prevent as much as possible the illicit smuggling of humans, drugs, and other contraband, they maintain high-level vigilance on corridors away from the nation's border. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A late-night traffic stop in El Centro ended with a driver arrested for driving under the influence. At about 11:50 p.m. Wednesday, an El Centro police officer on patrol stopped a car at 5th and Heil for failure to stop at a stop sign. A field sobriety test was administered, and the 31-year-old driver was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on charges driving under the influence. El Centro plans an Easter egg hunt. It happens Saturday, March 25th. City officials say along with the Easter egg hunt, they will host a movie in the park. The event will be held in Buckley Park from 5 to 9 p.m. The movie will be Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. The Easter egg hunt will feature 10,000 brightly colored Easter eggs.
How many?
Can you believe it? 10,000 brightly colored Easter eggs were dyed. I can't imagine. They must have been seeing them in their sleep. There will also be games, face painting, balloon twisting, kids play zone, food vendors, and other festive activities. Children will be able to meet the Easter Bunny and take photos, as well as enjoy a tractor ride through Buckley Park. Attendees are encouraged to take your lawn chairs and blankets and enjoy the movie that will begin at dusk. Contact the City of El Centro for further information. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here is Carroll Buckley with a weather update.
The National Weather Service says a modest warming trend will lead to highs in the upper 70s to low 80s today, with little change through Sunday. A bit of additional warming is expected early next week, with highs peaking in the mid-80s on Tuesday. A cooling trend is then anticipated, with highs in the mid-70s by Thursday. Considerable cloudiness can be expected at times as passing weather disturbances import Pacific moisture. A chance of showers is anticipated Wednesday and Thursday of next week. 78 our high yesterday, 57 the overnight low. Partly sunny today with a high near 83. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west 15 to 20 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 64. West-southwest wind 10 to 20 miles an hour, gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Partly sunny on Saturday with a high near 83. West-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, becoming south later. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles an hour. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 83. West-northwest wind 10 to 15 with gust up to 25 miles an hour. 63 degrees, 29% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast 7 to 10 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news, served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, over 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state. It's the Peanut Patch in Yuma, the Peanut Patch. What a great place. You got some really nice people, Donna and Pat. They're there every day, and you get smiles, and you get to enjoy the Peanut Patch. They're open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Yuma time, closed on Sundays. The Peanut Patch with homemade chocolates in either bark or cluster forms. How about fresh English toffee or pecan turtles made from a special recipe from scratch at the Peanut Patch? You will find so many great things waiting for you at the Peanut Patch. And did you know the Peanut Patch offers tours Tuesdays and Fridays? Yeah, you can check it out. Find them on the web, thepeanutpatch.com. And you'll get directions how to get there. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. What a great place to spend a day. It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action last night. The Hornets hammered the Pistons 113-103. Pacers went overtime to beat the Rockets 134-125. Jazz jumped on the Magic 131-124. Grizzlies beat up on the Warriors 131-110. Bucks slipped by the Nets 118-113. And the Kings clobbered the Knicks 122-117. Well, Raptors point guard Fred VanVleet was fined $30,000 after criticizing officials earlier this week. And, well, it's college hoops. Patrick Ewing is out at Georgetown. The all-time Hoya is, he got fired. No longer coaching Georgetown. KXO Sports Time, 7:53.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, it's NCAA Men's Basketball Championship coverage. We've got Selection Sunday starting at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon on AM 1230. Yes, and, well, let's keep an eye on the bubble and see what floats. Meanwhile, San Diego State, number 20 ranked San Diego State, topped Colorado State 64-61. Yes, the Aztecs will be in the NCAA tournament. We've got 20 to 25 games, some of it depending on matchups, that we will be bringing you, ending up with a national championship on April 3rd. And in the World Baseball Classic, Japan beat Korea. It was the Czechs with a stunning win over China, and Cuba picked up a win as Cuba well, they needed that win. They had a couple of losses before that big win yesterday. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. The U.S. economy added 311,000 jobs in February, according to the Labor Department. That's a pullback from the blockbuster January jobs report, but shows the labor market is still creating plenty of heat. The unemployment rate ticked up to 3.6% from 3.4%. Economists were expecting a net gain of 205,000 jobs for February and an unemployment rate of 3.4%. This will have slight effects on the market, as right now things are mixed. Meanwhile, former Goldman Sachs banker Roger Ng has been sentenced to 10 years in prison after he was convicted of helping loot billions of dollars from Malaysia's 1MDB sovereign wealth fund. Ng was convicted last April He was former head of investment banking in Malaysia and found guilty of helping his former boss, Tim Lesner, embezzle money from the fund, launder the proceeds, and bribe government officials to win business. We said mixed on the big board. The Dow up 54 points at 32,308. The S&P 500 off 6 at 3,912. The NASDAQ down 38 at 11,299. Meanwhile, gold jumped up 36.10. Sell the fillings. Oil off 23 cents a barrel. Time to pick up some of the crude.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Partly sunny skies today with a high near 83. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west 15 to 20 with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 64. West-southwest wind 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 83. West-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, then becoming south with gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. And we have 63 degrees, 33% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast 7 to 10 miles per hour. Financial news and that brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It's fair time. Feel the groove at the California MidWinter Fair and Fiesta, now through Sunday. Join us today for the feeder calf auction. Sales. Go to ivfairgrounds.com. Tickets also available at the gate. Feel the groove and enjoy the fair.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Steele.
I'm Steve Kathan. The American economy is still generating jobs. CBS's Sarah Ewald-Weiss with the new numbers out this morning.
The U.S. added 311,000 jobs in February, more than economists had expected. The number is down from the more than 500,000 jobs added in January, but it's still a very hot market, even as the Federal Reserve moves to combat inflation. The unemployment rate ticked up to 3.6% from 3.4%, a 54-year low.
Chuck Lieberman of Advisors Capital Management breaks it down.
There was a small drop in manufacturing, but good-sized gains in leisure and hospitality and healthcare and retail.
Now to California, CBS's Carter Evans is covering a major storm that could prove damaging.
It's been raining pretty steadily for hours right now. That means creeks like this one all over are swelling. We're in El Dorado County. It's one of 34 counties statewide that is now under a state of emergency. It's much warmer today, and all this rapid snow melt, that could cause some life-threatening flooding.
Well, former President Trump's lawyers say he's been invited to testify before a New York grand jury next week in the investigation into an alleged hush money payment during his 2016 campaign. CBS News legal contributor Rebecca Royfeed.
It is highly unusual for a prosecutor in New York to invite some target into the grand jury and then ultimately determine that charges are inappropriate.
A possible opponent for Trump in the GOP presidential nomination is in Iowa today. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis saluting the state's governor, Kim Reynolds.
Kim is working to drive her taxes down. We have no income tax. You guys should try to get there. If you can get there, you'll be happy with no state income tax.
Overseas, at least 6 people are reported killed in the mass shooting at a Jehovah's Witnesses meeting in Hamburg, Germany. CBS's Holly Williams.
The police now say the shooter acted alone and was one of those found dead. There were probably 25 shots at least, and after the police got there was no gunfire for a long time, said this witness. Then after 5 minutes or so, there was a single shot.
The gunman's ID'd as a former member of that congregation who left on, quote, not good terms more than a year ago. In a rare show of bipartisanship, the House this morning voted unanimously to declassify intelligence information about the origins of COVID-19, coming right near the third anniversary of the start of the deadly pandemic. And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 44 points. This is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
There will be plenty to see and hear at Sunday's Oscars.
Lift me up. Rihanna is set to perform her powerful song from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, at Sunday's Oscars, but critics don't expect it'll win a prize. The Academy Award for Best Original Song could instead go to Not To Not To.
What is Not To?
The dance-off music from the action epic RRR is the first song from an Indian film ever nominated for an Oscar. The heel-thrusting, suspender-bending, dust-kicking sequence quickly went viral, and it'll be performed at Sunday's ceremony. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
In what could be a blow to Oscar ratings, it's up against the season finale of HBO's runaway hit, The Last of Us. Last year, just over 15 million people tuned in to the Oscars. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's A-N-G-I, or download the app today.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
Hey, people look alive. Let's go. Come on.